I pushed the button, but it didn't go. All right. Well, welcome everybody to the Speakeasy Cafe. Today we are going to talk about how you can uh, create a what I call a client enrollment workshop in 3 days. Trying to find you guys on Zoom. Lost you. Oh, there we are. So yeah, in 3 days. So this is something that a lot of coaches can benefit from is having a workshop all set up and you just run it like it's important because in the coaching industry today, we have it's a multi-billion-dollar industry, right? It's a beautiful industry. It's growing rapidly. Lots of people are looking for coaches. Lots of people need help. Lots of people are looking for support and transformation, and coaches can deliver that. And there's over 100,000 coaches right now and more coming every year. So there's lots of coaching out there. There's lots of coaches. The opportunity's there. Lots of clients are out there looking for coaches. But the part that most people don't talk about is that there's a large percentage, over 80% of coaches that struggle to actually thrive in their business. And according to the ICF, 80% of coaches don't make it past year 3. And if they do, they're under 50,000 a year usually. Sometimes more around, I don't know, 30,000. So many are part-time, many are not making an income at all. And the number one challenge is always, you could probably tell me what it is. It's your number one question always is how do I find clients, right? Because the clients bring in the income for you to have a business and for you to work with people and help them transform their lives, which is why we all became coaches in the first place. So it's a problem. And after 11 years of being in the industry myself, well, about 5 years ago, really is when I began to say to myself, there's this huge gap. And I have a system in place. I have a really great business model in place that works really well for me. Why don't I teach other coaches to do this so that they don't struggle? So it's not your coaching. You're a great coach. You have great things you want to share. You have awesome skills, talents, expertise, and you do wonderful work in the world. So it's not you and it's not your coaching. It's not your skill as a coach. It's not your passion, right? It's getting clients. And if you've ever wondered, why is this so hard? This should be easy. I should be able to just hang my sign out the door there and say I'm a coach and people line up at my door. That's what we think because we know the power of coaching, but that's not how it works. And we quickly find this out. And we're working really hard and we're doing all the things and we're not seeing very many results. So it's not because it's you. There's nothing wrong with you. You're working hard. You're doing all the things. It's just that you're missing a system. I didn't have a system early on in my business. I was just trying this and that and throwing spaghetti at the wall, hoping something would stick. Didn't have funnels in place. I didn't even know what a funnel was. I had a very small list that was slowly growing. People didn't know about me. I was the best kept secret, right? And there wasn't that visibility. And so most coaching programs don't really teach you that part. They might give you, I know ours gave us like a little beginner intro into building a business, but it was very basic. It didn't really give us much of anything because their focus is to teach you to be a great coach, but you also need to know how to run a business. And that was something I didn't really pay much attention to at first. And I remember this one coach who had graduated the same school I went to about a year earlier than me. And she was already 6 figures and doing super, super well. And I asked her how that happened so fast. And she said, well, I realized that I needed to invest just as much time and energy and money into knowing how to run a business as I did into becoming a coach. And I remember sitting there listening to that thinking, I think she's probably right. And I still didn't do it. Oh, many reasons, scarcity mindset. I just invested $10,000 in my coaching program. I don't have the money. I got to get clients first. All those thoughts that most coaches starting out are thinking. And so I figured, well, I'll just do it myself. I'll just post a lot on social media. I'll try to maybe create a course. I'll go take some courses and read some books and watch some webinars and I'll figure it out. I'll put it together myself. And I did okay. I had a coach early on. I had a couple of people helping me. And I did okay. I was getting clients, but it was a part-time job. It was not sustainable. And year after year after year of not seeing it grow past that point was very frustrating. And so finally, after many years of trying this, I did hire a coach. I actually entered a program, a year-long mastermind business building program, and began to learn the system. And I learned what funnels were, and I started learning how to do market research the correct way so that the course I build is the course they want. And then I had always been doing workshops. I did workshops from the beginning, but they were more of a teaching event, not an event that enrolled clients. I could teach content from now till the end of days, right? I'm a teacher, but it was converting those attendees into clients that I was missing, and I didn't have a system for that either. So I began to learn all that, was running workshops, and then I started learning how to do bigger events and summits and things like that. And lo and behold, as I put this system and the structure together around my business, it started to grow. And in the first year, my email list quadrupled, my income doubled, and I thought, I've got something here. And over the years, I've really developed what I call the Client Enrollment Workshop as a introductory event or place that you could start to draw people in and meet them and get to know them and teach them something and offer something. And I've developed it into a system, and I'm now teaching coaches how to do that because it starts to create visibility for you and a regular stream of clients and income. So that's what I've started to do in this last couple of years. And one thing I've noticed is that coaches who succeed all have these four things in common. They all have a clear niche, specific niche and message. They're not broad, they're not wide. They've got it down, nailed in. You're like dialed in to a specific and clear niche, how they serve their people and their audience, and a clear message that their people understand and respond to. They have structured client attraction strategies. They're not just throwing it out there and seeing what happens. They have a system. They have consistent visibility. They're out there all the time, and they have a repeatable system to continually get new people into their programs and to keep the ones they have. So I want to talk to you about how we can build this with you over 3 days. I've got an event coming up in just 2 days. It starts on Wednesday. It's called the Virtual Events Bootcamp. And we are going to build that system that I'm talking about. And we're going to start by putting together your own client enrollment workshop. And then I'm going to talk to you about the bigger system. I call it the coaching prosperity system. It's a client-centered business model. It's the one I use. So I'm going to teach you how to put together the workshop, and then I'm going to show you how it can fit into the core of your business. It can be the anchor of your business, the front door of your business, and you build around it all the other pieces. And then you have a system, a repeatable, sustainable system, and you're not chasing after clients anymore. You know exactly what you're doing, when you're doing it, how you're doing it, and you just run the system. And it works because it's dialed in. You're talking to your audience. You're bringing them into the workshop, which brings them to your first program, and then you can have a higher end program, and it becomes this journey, right? And you're not struggling anymore. You have to work it. You have to test things for a while to get it dialed in, but once you have it dialed in, it's like night and day. So there's 5 reasons why you should host a monthly workshop, and that's what we're going to be talking about. I'm going to give you those 5 reasons why you should do this, why it's highly recommended. I'm not going to tell you you should do it. I don't want to should on you, but I highly recommend that you put together a workshop and run it every month. This kind of workshop, not any topic, not a bunch of random topics, but your core message. Because then 5 things, it becomes your consistent, reliable client attraction system. It feels like right now maybe that you're hustling for clients and you're doing all this stuff to try to find them, but really what you need is a place where they can find you. And that's what a repeatable, consistent, monthly workshop does, they start to find you because you're out there every single month and they start to see it and they're like, oh yeah, I saw that last month. Maybe I'll go this month. Oh yeah, I've heard about Irina. I'm going to go to her workshop. I've heard about Sarah. I've been seeing her workshop coming up. And Dean, yeah, I've heard about him. I'm going to go see what this is all about. But if people don't hear from you, if they don't see you, if they don't know what you're doing, and if it's not dialed in to that specific topic, that first step that people want to take with you, then they're not going to know you even exist, right? So this becomes a reliable client attraction system. And you know every month when it's coming up and you've got your promotion in place and you're driving people to it and you're meeting with people every month in this inside of that Zoom room and sharing yourself, your content, your expertise, interacting with them, and then making your offer. It also builds trust faster than anything else online. Why? Because they're in the room with you in real time and they're listening to you and they get to ask you questions and get to know you and feel your energy. That doesn't happen when you're posting online. It doesn't happen really in emails or even videos and reels. Yes, a little bit they can catch your energy when they're watching a video, but when they're in the room with you and they can ask you a question, and they can interact with you and share with you what's going on with them. That's what builds trust and connection. And people buy when they trust. So that's number two. And they might be wondering, like, if I got all of this in 1 hour, imagine what I could get with her if I stepped into her program. That's what that does for you. The third thing it does is it creates your own stage. Now, it is important to speak on other stages for sure. That helps you get visibility. That will build your business quickly too, because it gets you out there in front of other people's audiences. And then you attract or you invite them to come to your stage, which is your workshop. And the reason why your stage is so much more powerful is because it's your stage. So you're the authority in the room. It's your platform. People see you as the expert in the room. And you get to do what you want in that. You're not bound by the other person who's hosting the event, by what they want you to do and what they allow you to do and how long they allow you to speak and what they allow you to offer, right? In your own event, you get to offer what you want. You get to take as long as you want. This is your stage, but it elevates you to another level in the eyes of the people in the room because you're the host. The fourth reason is that it lets you sell without feeling salesy. It's another issue a lot of coaches have. They feel awkward when they ask for money and things like that. But workshops are the most natural, heart-centered way because you're spending time with them and you're sharing content and you're answering questions and you're giving them something to do. And you have this trust building, right? And this connection building. And so it's very natural to say, hey, we've been doing great stuff for the last hour. And I hope that you're walking away with great value today, that you've learned something shifted, you have a strategy you can take away. But imagine if we could work together over the next 3 months or 6 months or whatever, how much more you could achieve. And so I want to invite you to take that next step with me. So then it's not salesy. It becomes an invitation to just keep on working with you after they've had this awesome experience in your workshop. And the fifth thing that it does for you is it gives you it saves you time and it gives you more freedom because like I said earlier, now you're not just trying random things. You've got a system, you're working it, you know what you're doing when and how you're doing it. You have a plan and you have more time and energy for other things because now it's once it's planned out and you've got your workshop working, it's on your calendar. You've got your promotion plan in place. You've got your JV partners promoting you. You've got everything in place. You don't have to keep redoing it. You don't have to keep reinventing the wheel. You might tweak it a little bit, but you don't have to keep doing it over and over and over. You just, hey, it's ready to go. My landing page is ready to go. My funnel's ready to go. Everything's ready to go. So imagine that. You're not constantly trying to redo new slides and redo new funnels and a new promotion plan and new content. So I'm curious which one of those appeals to you most. Having a reliable client attraction system, building trust faster than anything else, creating your own stage, being able to make your offer without feeling salesy, or having more time and more freedom, time freedom, location freedom, all those great things. Which one of those do you like the best? You can put that in the chat. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you are invited to come join us live here in the Zoom room every Monday as well, because the people here get to ask questions too. So it's pretty cool. All of the above, all of it, honestly. I know, right? I know. So I'm going to be teaching you all of this for 3 days this week, Wednesday through Friday. And this is how the event's going to roll out. Um, we are going to start day one with the theme is own your voice, own your stage, because it's all about helping you step into who you really are without doubt, without that imposter syndrome, with confidence, with assurance, with boldness, to own your stage, to be the authority in the room. A lot of coaches struggle with that. They're like, how am I going to be the person in the room? How do I even get people in the room with me? And how do I facilitate that? How do I keep them engaged? Who am I to do this? Is usually the question. Who am I to host a workshop? Would anybody even care? Those kinds of inner doubts and questions come up all the time. A lot of times coaches are asking, who am I to coach? They're doubting themselves as a coach, as a speaker, as an authority, as an expert, as a host. So we're going to go into that during day one and really shift some of those mindsets so that you start to see yourself as, instead of asking, who am I to do this, shifting that to, who am I not to do this? I am the only one to do this particular workshop and this particular thing. I'm the only one. And seeing yourself with that unique set of strengths and talents and of expertise and experience and all the things that make you you. So we're going to spend some time on you because you are your event, right? You are the host of the event. And if you're not confident in yourself and in what you're bringing to that stage, it's going to fall flat because your audience will feel that and you'll feel it and it'll feel inauthentic and it'll feel like you're striving and you don't want that. You want to be you and be able to step comfortably onto your own stage in that confident, grounded, centered place where you're delivering to your audience something of value. So we're going to spend some time on that. We have some awesome panel speakers coming on day one that are going to help with that mindset shift. We've got two featured speakers that are coming on day one. Laura Berman Fortgang, who was one of the first MCCs ever. She's been in the coaching industry for many, many years. And she is going to share about how you can find your own special sauce inside of what you do and create a methodology out of it, sort of like a name, like your unique sales proposition, they call it, but it's your unique thing, special sauce you bring, and you can actually build that into your coaching program. It's really cool. And then Jennifer Deep Stratton is going to come and talk about high ticket sales and how to be confident in asking for higher prices. She's amazing. I'm sure many of you have heard her before. I love her. She's one of my mentors. I've learned a ton from Jennifer. So we're going to have some awesome people in the room. We're going to have an awesome time. At the end of day one, we will start creating your program, your coaching program that you can offer inside of your workshop, which is the first thing you need to do. We're going to be following my client's framework throughout the 3 days. Day one is clarify your vision and leverage your offer. So we're going to do the clarifying and we're going to start working on your offer. So you'll have something already tangibly completed by day one. And then day two, it's all about creating the connection your people crave. One of the biggest questions I get asked is, how do I create the content inside the workshop so that it's inspiring and it's energizing and people love it and they stay there and they stay engaged, but it also leads to that offer. So we start creating your offer, then we can look at how to map out the content of that workshop so that it goes to that offer, and how to keep people engaged and how to facilitate the room, how to create those deep connections with your people. And then in day three, we're going to start talking about how do you get people in your event? How do you fill the event, especially with the right people? How do you promote it? How do you get people to register? And then how do you get them to show up? So there's lots of strategies for that. And what's working right now, I'm going to share some of the latest and greatest strategies and tips that I've been learning. because it's gotten difficult. A lot of people are finding it harder and harder to get people in the room. So I am talking to all the experts and asking them, what are you doing? Because some people are filling their rooms. So you have to learn the newest strategies that work. And that's what we're going to talk about. And I've been getting people to come and show up in my room. So I'm going to share with you what I do that you can also do. And then we're going to also talk some about the system you need, like your tech and your team. And then after your event, oh, and of course, how do you get people to buy your offer so that you're making money from your workshops and you're getting clients? And then what do you do afterwards? How do you optimize this workshop? Because every time you do it, you're going to learn from it and you're going to make it better and better and better. So we'll talk about what things do you need to look at? How do you know what to make better and what to tweak? So by the end of the 3 days, you're going to have your workshop blueprint. You're going to have your offer put together. You're going to have a promotion plan. And we also have a panel on day 3 to talk about how people how these experts fill the room and what systems that have worked best for them. And we've also got a couple speakers on day 2. They're going to be just amazing for inspiring you. And one of them is Shiraz Babu, who's wonderful at helping you really overcome those blocks in like that. He's amazing. And on day 3, we've got another panel, and we've got Sarah Michael coming, who also runs events, and she's going to be talking about what she does and how she does hers. And then throughout the event, I'm going to be, like I said, showing you the bigger system, the coaching prosperity system, how that workshop sits inside of a bigger structure. And I'm going to be sharing with you my client's framework. So you're going to walk away with an entire blueprint for your workshop. You're going to walk away with a promotion plan, ideas of how to start, even if your list is small or you don't have a list. And you're going to walk away with so much more knowledge and understanding of how this thing works than you ever imagined, because there is strategy and there is even psychology behind it. So you're going to get a lot, and we're going to do it together. You're not going to just be sitting there listening. You're going to be doing some work with me, meeting each other in breakout rooms, having hot seats. I'm going to be demonstrating things to you. You're going to be writing all your content out, and I'll show you how I use AI to help me with mine. And there's VIP sessions, so it's a free event, but if you sign up as a VIP for $47, you're going to get all the recordings, which means you can go back and watch them whenever you want. It's like having a whole course sitting there. And 2 special VIP sessions within the event. And I've also got some master classes for you that you can watch whenever you want. One is on that promotion piece, a real deep dive with a PDF on all these different ways that you can promote. So as a VIP, you get a whole lot more, and it's totally worth, $47, It's like a no-brainer. So that's what's coming up this week. I hope you guys will attend. I'm going to put the link in the chat. I know Irina's already signed up. And if any of you here in the Zoom room would like to ask any questions, now is the time. And those watching the video, the links are in the show notes below the video. It's just virtualeventsbootcamp.com. So any questions, comments from anybody here in the room with me before we go? No? How was that? Did that inspire you to want to do your own workshop? I hope
Definitely.
so. Well, it's going to be a lot of fun. This event, many people tell me, is the best. I get this every time. This is the best event I ever went to because we make it fun. We have prizes, we have dance parties, we have a Facebook group where you can earn some prizes by just engaging with we're going to have challenge posts where we've already started that. So you're going to get points. Um, so, lots of fun. It's definitely an interactive, immersive type of event, not one that you could just come and sit. You have to get in with us and interact and do the stuff. Super fun. Awesome. All right. Well, I hope you guys come, and let me know if you have any questions or anything you particularly want to learn in this 3-day event, because I'm collecting those questions from people. And I'd love to know, show of hands, how many of you are doing workshops right now? Dean? Awesome. Awesome. Okay. The next question is, are
Not
there,
the whole hand, it's just a part
oh,
of.
just a part of a hand. Um, and how are those working for you, Dean? What am I trying to do here? There. Are you doing well with your workshops?
So not too bad. Yeah, as I get more clear, it's really helping for sure.
Okay,
As I
good.
get more clear as to who I'm who I'm working with, that's making a big difference. But
Oh, yeah.
when I jumped into them, I just jumped in and I'm like, you know what? I know the clarity will come if I just keep doing it.
Good for you. That's what I did. I just jumped right in. Went to
Yeah.
the local library and said, could I do a workshop here? And they were like, sure, and we'll promote it for you. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, once you
Okay,
say
cool.
yes, then it's like, well, now I got to do it.
Yeah. And you do learn more from doing them. I always tell my clients
Yeah.
there's a lot to learn, but if you just start doing them, you're going to create a lot of momentum for yourself. You never know who might come that would become a client, even if you don't know what you're doing. You just,
Yeah. And some of the learning, it has to come from doing.
yeah,
Like
it has to.
you can only listen to other people and read so much and do all those things to prepare.
That's right.
You have to do it in order to get better. That's
Yes,
just the
you do.
way it is, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's right. That's the same for coaching. It's the same for speaking, any
Exactly.
of this. Well, good. I'm
Living
glad you're
life,
doing them.
everything.
Yeah. And then once you create that momentum, then you can learn how to refine it and make it better. Yeah. So, well, wonderful. All right. I actually have to run because I've got a team meeting to get ready for the event. So I hope I see you guys there. Thanks for coming today. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Okay. Have a good one.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.